One of our top stories tonight, and that's the police committee set up by the IGP about the state police effort. Joining me for this conversation is former Assistant Director of the Department of State Security, Amachree. Dennis, thank you very much for being here. The committee, according to the IGP, is to shape the framework through which state police will operate. How much closer are we with this inauguration and this energy that's coming forward from the IGP?
Thank you very much. I'm personally very happy because it's one thing that we've been advocating for years. And I think concrete steps are being taken now to make sure that at least we have state police in Nigeria. The president have indicated that he's very, very much interested to see it happen. And then, of course, the new IGP, I remember many years back when he was on the same platform with me when we were talking about state police. And right now he's at the helm of affairs. So I think it's going to happen because it is something that should have been done a long time ago.
There's always this fear of it's being hijacked by state governments. If we have time, we will get to that. We've talked about it a couple of times, but I wanted to look at the Nigerian police itself. What will happen with this action? On the one hand, I mean, everybody's celebrating the fact that the IGP is inaugurating a state police. But what happens with the decentralization when it comes?
Now, the structure is going to be like this. The state police itself is going to be a different organization separate from the federal police. Because now we are going to create state police. What we've not been mentioning is that the remainder is going to be the federal police. And the federal police which the IG himself will be head of, will be responsible for federal crimes, while the state police as a whole will also be responsible for state crimes, and at the same time, you know, the normal murder cases, theft cases, arson, and all those kind of stuff. So these are separate organizations. And then, of course, in federal police, then it will be very distinct when we'll have EFCC, NDLA, even the DSS, you know, are going to be what will form the new federal police, operating separately, just like they have in the United States.
Let's talk a little more about the committee and what their task is. What are you expecting as an offshoot of their coming together? What results should we be expecting from this committee that has been set up?
The committee has a lot of work to do. The committee has a lot of work to do because they are the people that are going to birth the structure or the framework, so to say, of the state police. Now, remember, many people have said, oh, state police are going to be misused by governors and stuff like that. But it depends on what this committee of wise men, let me call them wise men, are going to set up. Because they are going to bring up the framework where that structure called state police is going to be almost independent in dealing with their state laws, because they are going to enforce state laws. And this committee has the responsibility of outlining all those parameters where they have to now, you know, go ahead and line it out. So there is no conflict. Yeah, state laws, and federal laws will be federal laws.
Okay, yeah, I mean, the line gets thin when it comes to money. Funding is a key issue here. Will the governors also continue to have powers in terms of what gets disbursed, or they will be funded? How will they be funded really to remove those powers that people are more concerned about, manipulation and use of state apparatus by those in power?
Well, the thing is that they are going to be funded just like the federal police is being funded. They are going to be funded from the state. And the state has the responsibility of including it in their budget. Now, let no state ever tell you or governor tell you that there is no money. That's a lie. And you know, there is what we'll be hearing about it, security votes. And all these security votes are running to billions every month. Billions, every state. You know, so the governors know this. And the governors have been using that money as their pocket money, but I think right now, with the creation of state police, they will be responsible and they should be able to devote that money. In fact, the federal government could do well not to pay the state governors the security votes anymore. It should be disbursed to the states as funds for state police.
I guess these are parts of things that should be worked out clearly before we go ahead and implement. Thank you very much for speaking with us as always.